welcome back for another Teaching Tuesday. I am just back from the Reno Ukulele Festival. It was so much fun. I got to meet people I'd only ever known over Zoom. I got to meet them in person. I got to see some folks that I've taught with and learned with before, and I got to meet a whole bunch of new friends and a whole new community. I had a lovely, lovely time and was so grateful to be included as an instructor there. And one of the workshops that I taught was called Campfire Jam, a paperless jam. And we were talking in this workshop about ways to memorize a chord progression, right? To recognize the patterns and then kind of spell it out for yourself in a way that you don't have to look at the paper. This is something I focus on a lot in my different campfire classes and in my Beyond Beginner ukulele classes. And so I thought I would just share these kind of two pieces. We're not going to get totally away from the paper in this video, but we're going to take a step away from the song chart. So what I brought today is a cheat sheet for Stand By Me. It's a very common song that I love to teach. It's a great one to sing at a campfire. It's the same 8 bars over and over. Awesome. All right. What happens if you want to try to get away from following it through on the song chart? What I've done here is made a cheat sheet. So I have the lyrics down below. So we'll talk about lyrics in another video. Lyrics down here. And up here I have this kind of empty space. And I'm going to use this space to draw or write down whatever notes I need about playing the song Stand By Me. When I teach it, I typically play it in the key of C. So I might put a C at the top with a big circle so I remember family of C. And then I typically go one of 2 directions. I think about the pattern of the chords, right? And if I've looked at the song chart, I know there are 8 bars. We're in the key of C, and we're always going kind of in the same circle of chords. So for my kind of graphic mind, I will make a circle, kind of like this, and number it out with the measures inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or thereabouts, right? And then on the outside, I put the chords. So I'm going to have a measure, 2 measures of C for Stand By Me to start us off, then 2 measures of A minor, 1 measure of F, 1 measure of G7, and close with 2 measures of C. So I might want a nice little circle like this, and I have to remember, here's my starting point, and I go from here, right? And every time I get back up to the top, I'm going to repeat around the circle again. That's the circle pattern. That's kind of how my mind works. I've learned over the years, though, that my students are maybe a little bit more linear in their thinking. And so here's another tool that I have found super useful, especially when communicating with other musicians on the fly. And that is a box chart. So I'm going to take my same idea of 8 bars, but now I'm going to put them into boxes. And I'm going to split them up into groups of 4. Because music loves the number 4, a lot of musical phrases are organized into 4 measures at a time. So I've got 4 boxes on top of each other. And here I go again. C, C. A minor, A minor. That's the first phrase. F, G7, back to 2 bars of C. So now I've done this same pattern and put it into boxes over here. And for some folks, that's going to feel a lot easier to keep track of, right? I've got my 2 chord line here, and then I've got my little circle back to C on the second line. Some folks, not to confuse you too much, but some folks said actually they like to combine the circle and the box, and they kind of did the box around like this. C, C, A minor, F, G7, C, C, and then kind of started back at the top. The beauty of it is you can do it whatever way you want. If you've seen my tutorials here and my play along videos, I tend to give you the box because it's the easiest way to organize it. Sometimes though, if I know it's going to be the same pattern over and over again, I'll give you the picture. You are welcome to take what serves you and completely ignore or forget what doesn't, right? This is really just about getting to know yourself as a music learner. What is the best way to represent the chord pattern for this song in this space up above? That's your task, right? Whatever the song is, lyrics on the bottom, pictures, diagrams, charts up on the top. And see then if instead of playing from your song chart, you can start to play just from the cheat sheet, right? And when you're feeling comfortable with that, your cheat sheet here has a little sign, has a little word here, fold here. Fold it back. Now you've just got the lyrics. See if you can remember what that song chart looked like by visualizing what you wrote here. And I think that you'll find once you write it down, it's in there. It's in there. You actually don't need it as much. Maybe if you haven't been to it for a while, it's nice to bring it up and recall. But I think once you write it down, that'll be a huge step towards memorizing it as opposed to just reading it off the paper. So enjoy this challenge this week, taking any song in your repertoire. I'll provide you with a couple more, but any song from your repertoire, lyrics at the bottom, blank on the top. Have so much fun. And check on back. We'll cover lyrics next. Don't you worry, we'll get there. Let's just focus on the chord patterns this week. Enjoy.